All right, so this is why you should leave America, bro. This is why you should leave America.
They told you that America was the greatest country on earth, but for a lot of people, it doesn't really feel that way. I'm breaking down the reasons why leaving the US might be the best decision you ever make. And once you hear them, you'll never think of the American dream the same.
As an American living outside of America, what I am seeing is very, very disturbing. Is it time for you to leave America? I live here in Portugal. This is my home. I've been here for the past 6 years. I left the US and I haven't looked back since. I go back to visit, to hang out, but I could certainly not call it home anymore. Portugal is definitely my home.
I'm back in America, and yeah, man, it's very toxic here. I hate it. I cannot wait to go back to Kenya, because oh my goodness, I'm gonna lose my mind if I stay here. But I'm back for the holidays. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But yeah, man, you have to leave America. You have to. And I tell you why. There's a few reasons why you should leave America, and you should do it, I say, as soon as possible. And what I mean as soon as possible, I'm not saying the time frame like, oh, next month, next week. No, I'm talking about like forever type shit. Like as soon as possible. Like leave. Like in your 20s and your 30s. Like leave. Just get going and never come back.
The American dream is a lie, folks. The American dream is a lie. You know, American society is collapsing, and they're not going to tell us that. They're not going to tell us that it's collapsing. They're not going to tell us that we're in a recession, headed to a depression. They're not going to tell us this stuff because they don't want nobody to leave. This is a business. America, this country is a business, folks.
Hello, and what's up, my good, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing good from wherever you're watching this video from. And in case you're coming across this video and this channel for the first time, I welcome you to this channel as well. So in today's video, I'm going to start with a profound, heartfelt apology for my own personal ignorance. So America, the land of the free, the land where dreams have been known to come true. Now, when I talk about apologizing for my own ignorance, so many a times in this channel and in many other channels like these on such platforms, we talk about Black people, especially, moving back to the continent of Africa, Black people moving back to the motherland. But have we ever given our attention as people, especially in the continent, to the reasons why these people need to move back to the motherland or are actually moving back to the motherland? Because it's not that watching such videos would make you, think twice and, decide I'm going to leave my home, the land I have always lived, the place, my home, and move to another place. Even though, you're Black and you want to move to Africa. It's not that easy. It's not just out of a video or a couple of videos and you decide to move. So I haven't really put it into deep thought on why exactly are these people moving these, not just moving, an exodus, a mass exodus of people, not just Black people, also brown people and even white people leaving America, the land where dreams come true. That is a bit contradicting. So that is what I want us to dive deep into in this video today. And the best way to start this is probably by, just sampling a few of videos I came across on what these American people have been saying about America. And at the end of this video, we are going to have a deeper analysis. So let's go for it.
So the first reason why you should leave America is because you'll have better mental clarity. And what I mean by that is America's a wild place. And honestly, I've been back for about a week and a half now, and I am losing my fucking mind. I am losing my mind here. And I don't think that it's literally any person per se that's doing it. I think it's just the entire atmosphere. It's like when you go into a grocery store and nobody's talking to each other. And you go out and nobody's like speaking to each other. It's crazy. And it's like coming from Kenya, everybody's so welcoming, everybody's so warm, everybody's so friendly. And here it's just, everybody just seems very cold and standoffish and not like, welcoming. It's very, it's juvenile. I'll just put it like that. It's like, oh, I feel like I'm better than you. I feel like I'm better than you. And it's just like an overall just entitlement that comes with being in America. And I feel like if you kind of are in a space in life where you really want to figure out who you are as a person, I feel like, man, traveling may actually help you. Because I know for me, it helped me kind of just, get a broader horizon on exactly what I want to do and, who I'm becoming. Like, I took a step back. I actually took a pilgrimage in a way to Africa. The first time, like I said, when I was like 25, and it's changed my life forever. And I'm glad that I did it, and it's those memories that you make, and especially, and go by yourself as well. That's another tip. Go by yourself, because honestly, when you go by yourself and you don't have anybody to rely on, you really get to see what you're made of. And that's a beautiful thing, because especially as a man, like when you kind of, you don't have mom, dad to come save you, you don't have brother, you don't have friends, you don't have anybody to come save you, and shit could get real. Like, shit could get real fucking real, And it kind of just, like I said, it shows you what you're made of, and it makes you become a more well-rounded man. And I feel like any man, especially in their early to mid to late 20s, traveling, especially before you have kids, you have, responsibilities, and you have, these things, like, you should definitely, like, really look into it. You should do it, man. Like, look into it, do it, whatever. Like, you got to make that step, though. In America, I'm telling you, America will have you thinking that this is the end-all, be-all. And it's really not. Like, America, man, I'm telling you, America it's not it, bro. Like, you can really, like, especially when you leave and you come back, you see America for what it really is. And it's really just, shitty people, shitty service, shitty cars, shitty personalities. All right, so the second reason I feel that you should leave America, and this one is for all the single people out there, whether it's men or women. This is for both men and women. This is unisex right now. I'm not even going, I'm not going to just leave it to one gender. But it's for better relationships. And as crazy as it seems, I'm telling you, a lot of people have been raised with different values in different countries. And America just seems like a melting pot of just fuckery. It's like there's really no culture, there's no traditions. Like, if you're like homebred American, like, of course a lot of people come from different places and they, keep their culture, but when you're homebred American, if you're originally American, you really don't have no culture. Your culture is pop culture, basically. But back to the topic of dating, though. Like, dating in other countries, if that's like, if you want to find a wife, or if you want to just date and just get that experience, man, I'm telling you, dating overseas and dating in different countries is probably the best thing that you can do for your life. And also, if you're getting kind of tired of, just like the way you're being treated in America, because a lot of women are disrespectful, a lot of women are masculine, and no disrespect to the women that's watching, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm just keeping it honest, I'm keeping it real, keeping it thorough. Like, a lot of women, especially in the black community in America, a lot of women are very, 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 very goal-oriented, and I don't need a man type vibes, and all this type of stuff, strong, independent, and that's fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, it's like, you got women that's gonna be in their 40s and 50s. Oh, I don't need a man, and that's a lonely life to have, ladies. That is a lonely life to have. And I'm telling you, and fellas, man, like, stop wasting your time with some of those women, bro. I'm telling you, get your passport. Get your passport. Get your passport. You gotta leave, man. I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, what's the end goal? What's the prize at the end of the finish line? Like, what do you get for like putting all this effort into trying to date in America? You get a woman that twerks. You get a let me stop. You get a woman that wears bonnets in public. I mean, all right, I'm gonna calm down. But listen, what really is the end goal, though? Like, really think about it. Like, what are you getting for the effort that you're putting in? You want to make six figures, you want to have nice cars, you want to have nice clothes and all this for what exactly? Like, what are you getting at the end of the day? Is your woman submitting to you? Is your woman cooking for you? Is your woman cleaning for you? Is your woman not giving you headaches? Like, all these things are really like American vibes. That's American vibes for you. Now, of course, you have your outliers, and some people probably in the comments gonna be like, oh, bro, you just ain't found the one in America, blah, 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 this, and that. But it's like, at the end of the day, there's, what's the word I'm looking for? There's like a very, very small minority of those women when there is a huge majority of those women outside of America. So that's that part, the dating. Now, moving on to, is this the, I don't even know if this is third or fourth. I'm cutting it up, so I don't know. Whatever. But, and the next one is about happiness. I've honestly been the most happy that I've ever been outside of America. And it's crazy to say, like, I was in America for, what, 24, 25 years before I ever made my first trip outside of America. And literally the first week I felt like more welcome and more happy than I've ever felt in my life. And that's saying something, man. That's really saying something. And it's not saying something about me. It's saying something about the goddamn culture and the atmosphere in America, man. Like, it should be no reason why someplace that I'm born in just makes me feel like I'm unwanted here in a way. And it's not even unwanted by like the people, it's just unwanted by the society, you know. And just being a black man especially, it's very like undertonish of just racism and all of these things that still go on in America, you know. And at the end of the day, I just feel way more happy when I'm outside of this corrupt system. And of course, I'm not trying to say you should take, you know what I'm saying, my thoughts and the way I view things as gospel. But at the same time, you know, it's just, this is just how I feel about it. And I'm just giving you my opinion about it. All right, so the last and final reason why you should be leaving America and never coming back is honestly just, you have a way better lifestyle outside of America. Now, of course, I'm not in your pocket, so I don't know your financial situation, but 9 times out of 10, you're not a millionaire. Watching this, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not even going to act like I'm a millionaire yet. Yeah, you got to, you know, manifest whatever, but, you know, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not there yet. So I know a lot of you guys are in like the same position that I am, and you probably either working a 9 to 5 or you have like a YouTube or something that you're just starting and you're trying to get motivation. And, you know, I get it, I understand it. And we're all just still developing and, you know, just going through our journey in life in our 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever. But yeah, man, it's just a way better way of living just outside of the United States, from the food, from the people, from even actually some governments. Quiet as kept. Like America, like, we think, oh, we're the best at this, we're the best at that, but honestly, a lot of other places could have you fooled and have you thinking there's one way where it's really not. And actually, a lot of countries are on the come up. And I'm telling you, man, within the next 20 years, 20 to 30 years, I can honestly see America being one of those places where it's like, oh, America used to be, or America has been, you know. But I do implore you guys to just, you know, do your own due diligence before you take that step and leave America, because there is goods and there is also bads when it comes to this. So I don't want to just sell you guys a dream and make it seem like, you know, it's just sugar and spice and everything nice, because, you know, maybe it might not be for you.
They told you that America was the greatest country on earth, but for a lot of people, it doesn't really feel that way. I'm breaking down the reasons why leaving the US might be the best decision you ever make. And once you hear them, you'll never think of the American dream the same. The first reason that nobody really talks about is the food. After moving to Mexico, it became impossible to ignore. At first, you notice the small things. The fish looks different, it tastes different, the fruit, it doesn't bend. And then it hits you. Boom. In America, the food isn't just fake, it's engineered to make you sick. Most people don't realize, but many chemicals in American food, they're banned everywhere else. The artificial dyes, for example, yellow 5 and red 40, they're banned everywhere else in Europe, but they're completely legal in the US. And if you're wondering what they do, they're linked to cancer and they're linked to behavioral issues. That's a red flag, America. Red flag. Same with chemicals like BHA and BHT that are found in everyday snacks. They're banned everywhere, but not in the US. And you know why they're banned? Because they're potential carcinogens. Unless Papi Kennedy changes this.
For those ingredients that we can't ban legally, we're going to start informing Americans about what they're eating.
But the thing is, it's not just the ingredients. This isn't a bug in the system, it is the system. Because the reality is, there's no money in healthy people. The money isn't keeping the people sick. You don't believe me? You don't have to. Just look at the facts. Everyone's prescribed pills. All Americans are prescribed medications. And by almost all Americans, I mean 65%, whether it's for diabetes, heart attacks, thyroid. What's even wilder is like once you're prescribed these medications for the said symptoms, you can't stop.
So I went to the doctor for my annual physical last November, got blood work, came back and turns out that my A1C was at 7.9, which is firmly diabetic. Unfortunately, the doctor contacted me and said, well, we need to put you on this medicine, and it's a medicine that you'd be on for the rest of your life. And I just said, no, I'm not doing that. Give me 3 months. Let me try to work on things. I think I can control this with diet and exercise. Fast forward 3 months, I've been eating incredibly nutritious, exercising, lifting weights. I went a few weeks ago for my follow-up blood work, and my A1C is down to 5.9, which is basically nearly normal.
Reason number 2, taxed till death. The first time that I really noticed it, I was sitting at a cafe and I had just gotten my paycheck. After the federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, and Medicare, nearly 40% was gone. And then you go buy a coffee, sales tax, drive home, gas tax. You own a car, property tax. You want to save for the future, capital gains tax. And then you die, and then your family also gets to pay a tax on top of that. So they don't just tax on what you earn. They actually tax you on everything that you touch. I'm surprised this sand is not taxable, but it probably is. The real question is, where does all that money go? To Obama's private jet? Because it's definitely not going to fixing the streets. Domino's is already doing that. It goes to funding wars that you never voted for, bailing out billionaires that you'll never even meet, and obviously paying interest on a debt that is mathematically impossible to repay. Reason number 3. The lie of success. From the time that you're a kid, they sell you the dream, which is go to school, get a degree, go to work 40 plus hours a week, retire at 65 if you make it. But the thing is, for most people, that dream is just survival. You work all day just to afford daycare. You're too tired to be present. You're too trapped to change anything. In the US, less than 1 in 5 families have at least one stay-at-home parent. 4 out of 5 families, both parents work, and there's no one at home. And the thing is, it's not because they don't want to, it's because they can't. The cost of living has exploded. Housing, insurance, daycare, schooling, childcare costs around 10 to 15K per kid per year. So even if you wanted to have a stay-at-home parent, most families can't survive in one family income. That's because the system is rigged that way. And that leaves the question, who's really raising your kids? You or the system? Listen, at the end of the day, you're too busy to raise your own kids. You realize that you traded your life for this security, but the only thing is that you get distance from your kids, from your goals, from your freedom. And when you start to feel like you're gonna burn out, because eventually you will, they give you this Starbucks gift card, a fake promotion, and then they call it success. But honestly, talking about a promotion reminds me of all the raises that you get. You think you're getting ahead because they're paying you more money, but are you really making more money, or is it an illusion? Your paycheck might go up, but the cost of everything else is going up way higher. So you see, the average raise is 3%. That means if you're making $100 a year, the next year you would make 103. And inflation goes up 7% a year. You don't need to be a math wizard to know that 7% is greater than 3. So sorry to break it to you, but technically you're actually losing money every year. You're actually short $4. And here's where they're tricking you. You're actually giving them $4. This is what $100 in groceries looked 2 years ago. This is what $100 gets you today. So ask yourself, what's the real cost of staying? Your future, your freedom, your time, your money, your health? The truth is, the money's broken. The system is based on these broken incentives. And of course, the incentives are all messed up. You know what they say, follow the money.
As an American living outside of America, what I am seeing is very, very disturbing. Is it time for you to leave America? I live here in Portugal. This is my home. I've been here for the past 6 years. I left the US and I haven't looked back since. I go back to visit, to hang out, but I could certainly not call it home anymore. Portugal is definitely my home. And recently, when I look at America, I don't recognize it. There's been a shift. And recently, we've been getting a lot of messages from people in the US asking about an escape plan, an exit strategy. How is it they can get over here to Portugal and live this life? And if you're watching this video, you are considering making that move. You only need so many signs before you just have to make a choice. You can stay and fight, deal with it, or you can leave. And for a lot of you, you're waiting for the sign. So I think the first motivating factor for a lot of people is what's going on politically. You feel ignored, you feel attacked, and more than likely you are being ignored and you are being attacked. It's the reality. But if you're exhausted, this may be the sign. At what point do you say, enough is enough? It's like anyone that's in a relationship and they're trying to communicate with their partner and both people think they're 100% right. At a certain point, that couple separates with something called irreconcilable differences. Are you at that point? That's the first sign. The next thing is economics. The economic instability, the cost of living, just everything that you have been encountering right now feels like you can't keep up, like your dollar is not going as far. Your housing, your food, your transportation, everything is just getting more and more expensive. Even though the government is telling you that inflation is under control, it doesn't feel that way. And you are really scraping by financially. This, to me, this cost of living situation in the US is just out of control. And I don't think you have to stand for that. We have lived in so many countries around the world where it's affordable. And even as an employee in that country, you have a living wage that is sustainable. People are not going into major debt just to cover everyday expenses. And so if you are in that situation in the US and you don't see how it's going to get any better financially, then this should be the next sign to encourage you to go somewhere else. The next thing for a lot of you guys is healthcare. Do you feel like your healthcare is subpar? Can you get a doctor's appointment? Can you afford to go to the hospital when you're sick? Are you truly getting the best healthcare the world has to offer? Because that is certainly what the American healthcare system and CEOs will tell you, that this is the best healthcare in the world, but yet it's unaffordable, it's inaccessible. Healthcare is the #1 reason for bankruptcy in the US. I have personally never met anyone in Portugal, in Japan, or in Spain, all places that we've lived, that has talked about how expensive healthcare is, that they are going bankrupt. That is unheard of in almost every other country except for the US. Really, healthcare feels like a financial trap. And so if your health is suffering and you cannot afford to take care of it, then that is definitely a sign that you should see what else the world has to offer. You can become a healthier, happier person by exploring this one sign alone. Think about it. The next thing we need to talk about is safety. How safe do you feel, and how safe are you really? Oh, you got some food for me? Yeah. Thank you, Sanoa. Yeah. Oh, what is this? Sanoa made me some onigiri. Okay, back to my question for you. I'll hold that for later. But safety. You know, one of the things that is the most disturbing about what we see as Americans living outside of the US is just how unsafe it appears to be. And one of the things that has just been so amazing about living abroad, here in Portugal, when we lived in Spain, when we lived in Japan, was just the peace of mind that we could walk around with. That we could go to sleep in our homes and not have to worry about someone invading it in the middle of the night. That we could allow our daughters to roam the streets as little kids and not have to worry about something awful happening to them. Safety, for me, is such an important aspect of life, feeling that sense of security. And if you don't have that and you just can't rest your mind, then that may be a sign to go. Go. Let's go. And this brings me to the next sign, the looming threat of social unrest or chaos. Now, I get the sense that there is something bubbling up in the US that is inevitable. Some sort of chaos, most likely initiated by some conspiracy theory event. I mean, the FBI has warned of domestic terrorism threats, but political leaders remain divided on addressing them. And so, if the leadership is not willing to acknowledge that this is a serious problem, then how can it be solved? And why should it be up to you to leave yourself vulnerable to that situation? But let's talk about personal freedom and civil rights. The decline of personal freedom and civil rights should be something that concerns you. If you feel like you don't have a voice, that people aren't acknowledging your differences, then this is a very, very dangerous situation. It leaves an opportunity for you to be discriminated against, for you to be held back by institutions, for you to have less opportunities in so many ways. And so if you recognize this decline and you don't see that there is an opportunity to retrieve it, that these things are going in the wrong direction, then this is a question that a lot of us really have to come to grips with. And finally, does the US still feel like the land of opportunity? Is it still one of those places where dreams can come true? Is there optimism that if you do everything right, you will succeed? That's a question that I think is debatable right now. And so if you feel stuck, like you've done everything you can possibly do and you're still not moving forward, then what do you have to lose by leaving? So that's it. I think You have heard it all.
The American dream is a lie, folks. The American dream is a lie. You know, American society is collapsing, and no people are. They're not gonna tell us that. They're not gonna tell us that it's collapsing. They're not gonna tell us that we're in a recession, headed to a depression. They're not gonna tell us this stuff because they don't want nobody to leave. This is a business. America, this country is a business, folks. You know what I mean? It's just like a plantation, except it ain't got nothing to do with colors no more. It got everything to do with money, greed, and power. That's it. It's money, greed, and power nowadays. And a lot of people falling into the trap. You know what I mean? It's a rat race. Everybody is in a rat race here in this country. It's a rat race. Man, I went outside to take trash out, and it's beautiful weather. You know where I stay. It's beautiful, gorgeous weather. The wind blowing, about 70 degrees outside, clear skies, birds chirping. Feels great. Don't you know, I seen not one soul outside. Not one soul outside enjoying the beautiful weather. You know why? You really want to know why ain't nobody was out? What nobody outside? You want to know why nobody don't go to the parks no more out here, y'all? You know why? You know why you don't see people having fun no more? You know why you don't see people throwing cookouts no more? Do you know why? Because everybody's too busy working, trying to earn a dollar. Everybody's too busy clocking in, trying to make money, working, trying to get money just to maintain their living standards. Everybody. Whether you rich, whether you less fortunate, I don't care. Whether you live in the ghetto, it don't matter. Everybody is working. Everybody. You can't even enjoy yourself in this country no more. The weekend don't even exist no more. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, them is regular days nowadays. Them regular days. That's a Monday. Friday is a Monday. Saturday is a Tuesday. Sunday is a Thursday. You know why? Because everybody working all the time, all the damn time. You can't hang out with nobody no more because, like I said, you can't hang out with nobody because everybody at the job. You call one of your friends if you got some. I'll call you back. I'm at work. Everybody. You working on a Saturday? Yeah. Overtime. Damn, you working on a Sunday too? Yeah. Extra overtime. Like, the cost of living in America is so outrageously expensive and high, man, that if you one person doing it all by yourself, it is still hard to maintain your living standards and you just one person. You don't gotta have kids. You know what I mean? You don't gotta have kids. You don't gotta have a car or nothing. Just you alone costs a whole fortune. Like working at your job, if you got a job, working at your job, you can barely enjoy yourself with your paycheck when you get your paycheck. Where did the days go where, man, you could get a paycheck, man, you go to the mall, man, get you some shoes, you know what I mean? Then you could take your girl out to the movies, go watch y'all a movie, man. You can go out to eat, man, at a nice little restaurant. Then you still got some money to go do this and then go do that, man. And you can go buy your outfit, you know, and can't do that no more, man. Can't do that. Can't do none of that no more here in this country. The society here in this country is falling all the way apart. There's no such thing as friendships no more. That has collapsed. You can't be friends with nobody no more in the society that we live in, y'all. You can't. If you try to be friends with somebody in the society that we live in, it's like going against the law or something. It's like you breaking the 10 Commandments or something if you try to be friends with people nowadays. It's really sad. It's really, truly sad. It's sad. And like I say, people just still walking around here acting like it's normal. There is no family structures no more. Family don't get along. Your family, I guarantee you, your family's dysfunctional. I don't even know who watching this video. I know your family is dysfunctional. Comment below and say, my family dysfunctional, big bro Trent. You talking about me? Family don't exist no more, right? Your parents them don't give two damns about you. Your kids probably don't care about you. Nobody stick together. What is the point of staying in America if you don't have the very things that make us the reason why we even live life? What's the point in staying in this country if every day is just all about making money to get nowhere? If you got a regular job, a 9-to-5 job, at the end of the day, ask yourself, if you work at a job, right? At the end of the day, where are you actually going with this job? What is it taking you? What is it doing for you? What is it doing other than paying bills? What is the job doing for you as a person? Is it making you happier? Is it making you successful? Is it giving you time to go really? If you working at a job, do it open up more time and freedom for you to do what you want? No. So what is the point of working for? Oh, I get it, because you got to pay bills. You got to keep a roof over your head. You got to keep driving your car. You got to keep the lights on. You got to keep some food in your refrigerator. That's the only reason why you're working, if you really think about it. And I just said to myself, man, I'm just like, you know what, bro? At the age I'm at right now, man, I'm 36 years old. And I've bust my butt ever since I could start work. Ever since I started working, I've always bust my butt. But where has it really, truly got me? And if you think about it, if you ask yourself real questions like that, man, you will say, you will only get the answer, nothing. It has got me nowhere. It got me more bills. You get more stuff, you got more bills to pay. That's it. That's America, man. That is America. And everybody's competing with each other. Like, it's crazy. People in America, people here in this country is competing with people they don't even know. Like, how are we competing? Man, they got us competing with each other on social media apps. They got women hating each other cause social media apps. Women don't even, nowadays, the typical average woman don't even got 5 friends. I hear it all the time, bro. When people call me, book sessions with me, I hear it all the time. I don't got no friends, Trent. All the girls call me, I don't got no girlfriend. I don't hang out with no girls. I hear it all the time. It's like a phenomenon or something, but it ain't a phenomenon. It's reality. They pinning everybody. They making everybody be by themselves. Like psychologically. I don't know how they doing that shit, but they it's effective. Whatever they doing is working. It's working. Everybody's separated. You feel me? Don't nobody get along, bro. You can't even look at nobody damn near almost nowadays. You can't even look at nobody wrong nowadays. Fellas, you can't ask no chick for her number. That's like a damn social security number nowadays. It ain't just a phone number no more. That's a social security number. That is personal. That is super private. A form of communication nowadays is like, oh my God, just to communicate with somebody nowadays is like blasphemy. You can't talk to me. You can't have my number. It's ridiculous, y'all. And if y'all think about it, if you really use your mind and think about it, bro, this is all planned by design, bro. This ain't no shit that just happening, man. They doing this shit on purpose so that everybody can stay at the bottom and only a little bit of people at the top. Y'all can't open your eyes and see that. So I just said to myself, look, this is why I said, look, I'm about to start using this joint, bro. Like, I only used it one time when I went to Canada. That was the greatest experience I ever had in a long time, too. When I went to Canada for the first time, man, I seen another side of life I ain't never even know existed. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing in America if this Canada is nice? Oh, man, I went to Vancouver. It was beautiful, man. See, they don't show y'all stuff on TV. They don't show us stuff on TV outside of this country because they know we'll go there. They don't show you Africa, what is really out there in Africa. They don't show you how beautiful it is in Thailand and the Philippines. They don't show you. Why? Because they don't want you to go nowhere. They want you to stay here. Why you think it takes so damn long for a passport to come in the mail? Because they don't really want you to have it. Why you think it take so much time just to travel through an airport? They really don't want you to fly. We're gonna delay this flight. We're gonna delay that flight. We're gonna delay. They don't really don't want you to go nowhere. But they're not telling you the truth. The wealth. If you want to be wealthy, if you want to have riches, if you want to live a life of fulfillment, trust me, it ain't here. It ain't here. This is the rat race country. It ain't in America. You got to go outside of America in order to get happy. I'm telling you, all the food here is contaminated. You can't even eat whole foods here. If you do eat whole foods, you're going to go to a Whole Foods restaurant or some type of farmer's market and pay $1,000 for an apple when you can go eat the shit off a tree in another country for free. Make it make sense. I'm tired. I'm tired of being around here. I'm tired of being around this American society people and stuff, man. People out here nowadays is just so cutthroat and so mean and so negative, and everybody's so toxic and shit. Like, you can't even have fun no more. Like, it's against the law to have fun. I tried to go play pool with some strangers the other day. They looked at me like I was crazy. Like, he's coming over here to play pool with us? How dare he? Like, bro, once upon a time, if you seen some guys playing pool, you just walk up and just, hey, man, I'm next. Bet. Okay, bet. You got some put money down on it? All right, bet. Okay, cool. Nowadays, man, you go walk up to some strangers. Oh, my God. Grab your purse. Here comes a black dude. Grab your purse. Like, people is so desensitized in society, it ain't even funny, y'all. Oh my God, look at what he's wearing. He has on a necklace. Oh my God, run. Like, oh my God, he's wearing glasses inside of a place. Oh my God. Like, people are so freaking sensitive and desensitized nowadays. You can't even have fun no more. That's American society, bro. This capitalism shit is destroying our society. A money hungry society, bro. It's destroying all of us. Men against women, women against men. Why? Because money. Women don't want to do 50-50. She want everything. She don't even want to help you get it. Can't get in relationships no more, fellas. That's over with. Feminism done destroyed that. Now you got girls around here running around thinking they got the same type of tenacity as a man. I don't need no man. I'm a boss. Like, and then chicks wondering why guys like me got passports and going to other countries to live a better life. Because we have figured out that it ain't nothing here for men society don't like men. Just put it like that. We are not appreciated. We are not respected. We don't get our flowers at all, period. Being a man, I'm sorry. We barely damn near get a compliment per day. So why should we stay here? America don't like men. America society don't reward men for shit. Only thing we get looked at as a meal ticket. That's all we get paid. That's all we get looked at as. How much can he give us? Everybody's out to try to get a man out of his money, out of his resources, and what he can do for them. That's really all we disposable.
Okay, so let's face it. So more and more people are packing to leave America, not because they hate this country, but because it's continuously, feeling like a battle that they are not willing to fight, or not actually willing, but they're tired of fighting. And I came across a headline on CNN that was reading that the new American dream is to leave America. And now, after analyzing these videos I have just shared, that really hit very, very deep. Uh, there are a few more reasons that I could or we have probably learned and deduced from these videos, some of them dating back maybe a year, 1 year old, or a few months ago. But there's something common that I have been trying to analyze and finding out in just about all of these videos and much more I had been sampling before I decided to do this video. And the truth is, while we might also say this is not a Trump effect, because this has been happening for quite a number of years and now, even before Donald Trump came to power. He might just be a player in a big game, but the game has been in existence long before Donald Trump, you know, uh, came to the picture. One Shahid Bolson, the American activist, once said in a certain video that American people are sometimes the most propagandized people because living in America would make you feel like this is the best place. So until you really travel, and then that is when you will probably understand what the world out of America really feels like and what America is like, from outside. Now, I analyzed these videos and I came up with just a few, common reasons all these people are giving. And I just want us to go over them real quick. Now, looking at these videos, there are a few things you probably might have also noticed. So, one of the reasons is the high cost of living. The high cost of living. So, um, housing prices, rent, healthcare, and educations are skyrocketing in America each and every day, especially in major cities. Even people with decent jobs often find or struggle with debt and medical bills, or they are just one emergency away from a major crisis. That is one of the reasons. Another reason is violence, gun violence, and public safety. So the US actually has a very high rate of gun violence in comparison to other developed nations. So mass shootings and things like police brutality and overall safety concerns will cause anxiety, especially for families with children, or especially for people of color. Then another thing, the third point is healthcare system. Health. What about health in America? Because people have really been complaining. So the American health system is expensive, and actually, let's just put it in black and white, it's profit driven. Many people feel trapped by jobs simply to keep their health insurance in America. And another reason is racial injustice and discrimination. This is for people of color. So, systemic racism, police violence, and daily microaggressions make many people of color feel unsafe and unwelcomed in this country. Black Americans, for example, and other minorities are increasingly questioning whether they can thrive or really find sustained peace in the US. And the fifth point is political polarization and instability, or let's just say political instability. So deep divisions, rising authoritarianism. Look at um, the Trumpism, the culture wars, and a fear of civil unrest are making people feel the country is on the edge, just at its breaking point. There is also concern about the loss of democracy and basic freedoms in America. We have the quality of life also abroad as another point I have noted from all of the speakers and others. So many find countries in Europe and even in Africa, in Latin America or Asia offer a slower pace of life, better work-life balance, and even lower living costs, or lower costs of living. In some countries, access to healthcare and education is far much more affordable in or even free as compared to uh, the situation in America. And then there is the desire to reconnect with the roots, the desire to reconnect with the roots or purpose. So, for African Americans especially, there is a growing Pan African consciousness, a desire to reconnect with Africa, invest in it, invest in Africa and escape things like racial trauma. Others are looking to rebuild generational wealth or live intentionally, something they feel is much more possible elsewhere other than in America. And then we have another point like climate, and this is a major point in as much as many people might overlook. So many people becoming much more aware of climate-related disasters like wildfires in America, the hurricanes in America, the Caribbeans, and things like the tsunamis and earthquakes, especially in vulnerable U.S. States like California and Florida for the hurricanes. Some are living for greener or even safer places. People are realizing that, for example, in places like Africa, there are no major climate-related disasters. You won't find earthquakes like you'd find in Japan, hurricanes like those hitting the coastal towns in America, in Florida. You won't find uh, wildfires in Africa, so on and so forth. So those are some of the reasons cutting across most of these speakers, and they range from white people to brown people to black people, just about all American people thinking of finally just looking elsewhere for a better life. So and to my African American brothers and sisters, or the black people, I have really often observed that black excellence is also tired of fighting to breathe in a space where it actually just feels like it is built to suffocate it. So people are living, searching for something much more real. And isn't about running away from America. It is about running towards some sort of dignity, safety, and something our ancestors as black people really fought for. Looking back into the American history, the ancestors of black people on that land fought day and night, blood, sweat, and tears for one thing: liberation and freedom. So if they find it feels like it's not being achievable through systemic oppression, then people might begin to look elsewhere for the same liberation that they have so much fought for. That is what I wanted to share with you in this video, and thanks for watching all the way to this point. I hope you have learned something, and I hope you have something to share with me as well. You can go and leave me a comment, your opinion and your thoughts about this in the comments of this video. Please like and share this video, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to this channel so we can have much more debates and learning sessions like this in the future. So we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. And I will be happy to see you in my next video. Peace out.